Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, cool. So I have two questions. My first one is there a daily profit target or profit goal of the bot? And second question, um, what percent what percent of your capital does the bot use to open each trade?
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, that's a good question. The bot starts at 3.39% of the capital that you assign for the bot to work on that specific coin, 3.39%. Okay, the take profit is at 1.5% with a retracement of a 0.5%. About talking about daily profit, no one can know this because it all depends on the market movement. The bot is following the market movement and using the market movement to buy and sell. So no one knows how the market is going to behave. So definitely no one knows how much exactly the bot is going to make every day.
You said it was 3.9% of the capital?
Yeah, 3.39%. 3.39.
Okay, for each trade.
Yeah, this is the initial trade. And then the second trade is again 3.39%. The third trade is 2 times the initial order. The fourth trade is 4 times the initial order. So it's like martingale, just to bring the average price down rapidly, it takes double down. And then from that point onward, it takes individual covers or independent covers. So it buys and sells independently, and then use 50% of the profit to bring that average price down.
Oh, okay. And you said the daily goal is what?
There's no daily goal. There's no daily goal. It all depends on market movement. And based on this algorithm that I just shared, it's going to buy and sell. And it all depends on the market movement. How the market is behaving is going to follow that and buy and sell. And there's no fixed like percentage in a day or in a month or so.
Okay, thanks.
All right, great questions. Ziggy, go ahead and unmute. You're up next.
I'm trying to, I'm unmuted. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thank you. I've been trading with your bot for about, I think maybe 3 weeks, like as soon as you opened up, and I have 4 coins and I have it under Binance US and I put 600 in each coin. So now a lot of them, like you said, they brought and sold. I've got tremendous profit already. I have like $42 with Tron. I have sold like 30 something dollars, and this is on the down market. But now I want to ask that now that some of my account that's in the back, the balance is saying depleted. Like say, for example, Soul right now only has $97 left in my balance. So do I need to go back and replenish that with more money and put 600 more in there? Or is it going to stop trading? Or what should I do?
Okay, that's really good question. Now the balance, yes, is the remaining amount of USDT that you assign to that coin to work with. And if it comes to close to zero or like $10 or so, it's always advisable to replenish, maybe a couple of $100 or just $100 just for the bot to keep on buying. The bot was designed for 35 covers down. And now because the market is really down, we have added up to 50. If you can see in your back office, we've added up to 50. But the balance might not be covering all of this. So if the market hits the 34, 35, you replenish some more USDT, or you assign, maybe you have it already in your Binance account, but unless you assign it to the bot is not going to buy more than what you assign to it. You're muted.
Yep, Ziggy, you're muted again.
Oh, sorry. Am I unmuted now?
Yep,
yeah.
we hear
Thank you so much. That helps me because I didn't want it to stop buying down while it's low, because I know when the market goes up, I'm going to make crazy money. So I don't want it to stop buying now. So I just wanted to make sure, would it automatically replenish from my Binance, or do I actually have to trade it and put it back, not trade it, but exchange it and put it in my balance in my bot?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. And it's an excellent platform. I love it.
Problem. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ziggy. Appreciate you being here. Coach Veer, you're up next.
All right, good stuff. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, good stuff. Again, excellent deliberation there from our CEO. Just want to confirm what would have been said by Ronaldo earlier. It's not very often that you get a situation where you have the CEO of the company in person come on and take the time to explain things. I know a lot of us and a lot of the folks on the call here that are part of our team, we would have had some experience with bots as well, and there was no one really that you could see or hear from. You just kind of hope that things would keep working out. So again, I want to give a lot of kudos for that. As I'm answering my questions, I'm having questions coming at me as well. So I'm just going to try to hit everything in one thing so that we can move on to the next person who has their questions. In terms of the API, I've had persons ask me, how is it possible that a company can trade your funds without actually having access to your funds? I know the answer, but I would really love that you guys give a response to that in terms of how that is actually possible, because one of the biggest fears for people is, can this company run away with my money? If something goes wrong, am I going to lose my investment? Am I going to lose my trading capital? So the API question, just a quick explanation, that would be great. Also, Mohammed, Mr. Ali, sorry, you would have made mention on another call I was on that the percentage is on an average of about 8 to 10%. Now, could you kind of go into that a bit more? Because I think some persons may not understand that is per coin. That you can have one single coin that does that, but might not be understanding that there's the opportunity to have multiple coins that can each produce that level of return. And when you start to combine that, that could actually be a pretty big deal. The other question I had was covered in terms of risk management. For those persons that I know on the call that are not techies, basically what that means is, even if you have, say, $1,000 in your account balance, at no point in time is the bot going to take all $1,000 and risk it. It would just be risking just 3.39% of what you have. So even, God forbid, things were to go terrible, you cannot lose your entire capital or investment that you would have. So you could probably elaborate on that as well, and that's pretty much the questions that I wanna pose to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Okay, let's take them one by one. About the API thing, it's in your Binance account or in KuCoin account or whatever the exchange that you're using, you are generating the API connection, right? You are telling the exchange that I want to use this API, and you put restrictions in that. Restrictions are always should be just read and trade. There is one more option for transfer. So definitely you don't want to put this on. You keep it off, because you don't want anyone to use that API to withdraw money out. And also we added one more added step of security, is putting the trusted IP address. Right now, when you go and create your APIs from your exchange, whether it's Binance or KuCoin or whatever it is, you just go inside, and when you create the API, first step, security step, is to allow only for trading and viewing. The second step is that you only allow trades that come from our IP address, which we will give you in your back office. You copy that IP address, you put it in your exchange. So by doing this, you are telling the exchange that, listen, I'm allowing this person or this connection to trade my account, but with the restrictions. The trade has to come from this IP address. So that means if somebody had your APIs and tries to play with your account from somewhere else, they wouldn't be able, because the criteria have not been achieved. The trade did not come from our IP address. So it's like nothing, like nil. The person cannot do anything in your account. And the other thing is that you're not allowing for withdrawing, you're allowing only for trading. The third thing is that those APIs, once you are putting it into the platform and you save, it's encrypted. It's encrypted. So God forbid, even if someone breaks into the system, the server, try to find the APIs, they wouldn't see it. It will look Chinese, I would say. They cannot see anything because it will be encrypted. I don't know if you understand what encrypted means. So only the system can just use it to buy and sell into your exchange. The second question was about what I forgot. Can you repeat that again, Coach? Or David, if you remember, can you remind me?
Yeah, I don't remember the second question, but I do want you to touch on the third question because I think there's a correction of understanding that we should make about the potential for loss of an account. So EasyBot, he asked about EasyBot opening at 3.39% and not risking the entire capital. So maybe some clarity there.
Yeah, the question was about the risk management, and the second question was well, it was more of a comment where it was mentioning that even though you did mention in the previous call that you do get on average you're looking at around 8 to 10% or so. That is only per coin, but you can have multiple coins that are all running at the same time. The only other thing was yes, the 3.39%, meaning that a person is never at risk of losing their entire balance. And God forbid the company closed down, all that would happen is you're left with a lot of coins in your account, but your investment is pretty much secured.
Exactly. Okay. Let me get about the 3.39%. Well, the 3.39% is the initial trade. It starts with 3.39%, but definitely this is not all the amount that's going to be used for trading. It's going to buy more as the market goes down and achieve the criteria of coming down, hitting a specific percentage, and pull back, come up by 0.5%. So the first one is at minus 2% from the initial trade. It takes one time. When I say one time, it's one time the initial order. That's another 3.39%. When the market goes below that by minus 5%, it takes two times in one trade just to pull down fast, to pull down the average price down fast. And it has to, again, achieve the criteria of pulling back by 0.5%. If the market goes up below that by minus 8%, then and achieve the criteria of pulling back by 0.5%, it's going to be taking the next cover, which is 4 times. So it's not only the 0.5%, it keeps on buying, but in different market prices. So let's take this example. Let's say, I think AAVE is a good example for that, but let's take it out of our head. Let's say you entered into a trade with a price of 100. The coin price was 100. And the market was only going down. It never went up until since you started. So it moves down and pull back, take the second cover, and then third cover, fourth cover, fifth cover, and then went down by 50% or 60% and stayed there at 60% and never came back up again. So what's the risk here? How is the bot going to handle this situation? Like the AAV that we just shared now at the beginning of the call, the bot is going to be working on that low market until it brings down average price down to the current market price. But if the market went really down even further than 60 or 70% and all your money have been used to buy coins, that means the 35 covers were taken or 34 covers were taken. So you still have a solution. The solution is to add more funds. And right now what we're working on as enhancement for the strategy, let me reveal this out. An enhancement of the strategy is that once 35 covers move, you have a second stage of trading down, which is really at the low point of time of market. That's between like 60% and 90% low market. You got it? So, but in this, it could be between 50 to 60% up to 80 to 90% drop of that coin. So at that point, you have around, I think, 20 covers. I don't have that in front of me now. Around 20 covers. You give it a specific budget up on you. If you have $200, you put $200 there and let it work. And on that specific marketplace or that specific stage, it takes 90% of the profit to bring down the average price, to close it faster. Because you're already on a critical situation. The markets have already really dropped down and you have consumed all the 35 covers. So here now it's the time to work on a recovery plan. Recovery is like all of this, you have 20 covers, you put the budget like $200, $300, $400, whatever that you have at that time, you let it work on this low market where 90% of the profit is used to bring that average price down. So it keeps on bring it down, and it's possible that the trading in the lower market at that stage, the market comes down and goes down to the point of it comes to the second stage. Like it takes all of these 35 covers with it, because when that average price goes down and it hits an independent cover, it takes it as whole, as one trade. and then it moves down, take the second cover. It can take all the 35 covers down and get into that second state, and then get closed there at minus 80 or minus 90% of the market. This is kind of enhancement to the strategy that we're working on now, and we're going to be launching it maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks maximum, so that we add more security to the trading and even help the people to close the trade in faster pace.
All right. Thank you, Mohammed. A couple more questions lined up. So Damian, you're up next. And then we've got Nuno. Nuno, you're right behind Damian.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How do you say your name?
Damian.
Damian. Okay. Hey, Damian, welcome to the call.
Yes.
What's your question?
Thank you. I have a question regarding the covers, first 3 ones exactly. If I'm not mistaken, the first cover is 2% drop, the second is 5, and the third is 8.
Yes.
Am I correct? Okay.
You got it.
Okay. So that 2% is from market drop from the initial order, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The 5% is the drop from the previous cover, so from the first cover, or from the initial order? Well,
I like your question. Looks like you are a trader. Okay, that comes from the previous cover. Let's say the market went down and it took cover 1, right? So the market has to drop from cover 1 by 5%, not from the initial, from cover 1 by 5%. And then again from cover 2, 8% to take cover 3.
So roughly saying all 3 covers can sustain around 15% drop if we add up all the percentage, all the covers.
Not exactly, but yes, roughly.
Okay, not exactly, but roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you very much for your answers.
No problem.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Great questions. Nuno, you're up next. Nuno, come on in. Nuno, you should be able to hit the unmute button or the mute button on your side. After Nuno, we've got Erica Anza. You're going to have to say the name for me, sorry. And Erica, if you can unmute while we wait on Nuno, we'll go ahead and get you first.
Okay, yes, hello. I'm Erica Anaza.
All right,
Anaza.
Thank you.
Okay, and my question is you, Mohammed, once again, thank you for having me here, and I appreciate the information. You mentioned PIT. What do you mean by PIT?
What's that again?
Oh, okay. I'll say my 3 questions. First is that you mentioned, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I think you said PIT, P-I-T-T. And then I wanted to ask, can the bot project when the market is going to go up because it's artificial intelligence? And then my last question is, you mentioned about 3.39% is your initial trade, and it buys more when the market goes down. These numbers are really interesting that I want to lock in my head. Could I get a copy of this recording? So that's my 3 questions. Mm-hmm.
Okay. About the first question, I didn't get it yet. What was that word?
I thought you were saying pit, or so. It sounded like you were saying pit. You were saying, well, maybe I was wrong. I don't know. You said the bot at 3.339%, and then you have the pit. So maybe I just wrote. I don't know. I thought I heard something sound like that. But okay, but disregard that particular question. So that's my 2 questions. Can a bot project when the market is going to go up? And could I get a copy of this recording? Oh, and my 3rd question is, what are your plans as far as this company? What is the goal of Eazy Bot in the future in the cryptocurrency market? Yes.
Okay, got it. I'll answer the first 2 questions. The first one is about getting the recording. Yes, definitely. If you are in Telegram group, normally we share the recording of this call, like maybe tomorrow. I think Breeze is going to be sharing that. About the projections, I always don't like to answer this question with specific numbers because I don't know. No one knows how much the bot is going to be making. or how much can make. We can tell how much it made in the past, like this account that I shared today. Let me show it to you. Maybe it can give you some idea.
Okay.
One more time. Okay, so all of these coins were started at the same time, exactly on 3rd of April. Okay, 3rd of April. They have given different results, and the best one coming here is TRX. It made 1,130. Well, that's not still a guarantee that this is going to be the superstar for the next month. Maybe another one is going to take over. It depends all on the market movement, how the market behaves, which one is fluctuating more, which one is going down, which one is going up. There is no projection of numbers, but you can say, based on what I can see in front of me right now, this is an account that started on on 3rd of April, and today is 27th of May. And each coin, except for Litecoin, LTC, everything else started on the same date, had the same budget of 8,100 USDT, and this is the profit that they have made. That's all I can say. So you can take a screenshot of this and then analyze and check how much percentage was there. I can say this one is about like 14% or 13%, the maximum one, made about like 15 or 14%. The lowest was the Bitcoin, made 128. You can just divide it by 8,100 and get the percentage if you want. But again, that doesn't tell me anything about tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, about the last question, which is where are we going with the company and where the company is going? Why did we make the company? I think you need to listen to the calls where we explained about our story, why Eazy Bot was founded. And maybe David is better than me in explaining that and telling the story.
Yeah.
David, please take over.
Yeah, I know. I've listened to it. I'm just learning, everything now. But I just, as far as the future with the cryptocurrency and because I remember in 2009 when Bitcoin got started and I didn't jump on board. I should have. But I'm just trying to see the future digital world and just get some people's insight, especially the CEO of a company insight on as far as the future of digital currency. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, but thank you.
No problem. But let me give you a little bit of
great question
about this, since you want to listen from me. Is basically we want our bot to be the first one in the world. This is number one goal for us, and to be able to help as many people to make as much as possible kind of passive income or kind of money in crypto, because many people are scared of crypto. So our slogan is "Crypto made easy." So we want to make the crypto easy for the newbie who doesn't know anything about crypto, by providing educations, by providing the bot that can be set in just a few seconds. You can just set it and let it start doing the work for you. And we might get into more projects in the future, but that one we don't want to reveal now. We just want to keep it until we actually have something solid. Right now, our main focus is on Eazy Bot. We want to make it the best bot. I still have many ideas in my mind to put into this bot and to even improve the strategy, improve the way it works, even though right now I think it's one of the superior bots in the market, but still there are more to be done. There's more to be done. And we will get there very soon. We'll keep pushing and getting things in, whatever is going to help the community to trade better, to trade more professionally. We're going to put into the bot and make sure that everyone is trading as a professional trader.
Oh, great. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
No problem.
Awesome. And I want to chime in on the question about where to find the recorded presentation. So in the chat, David just dropped a link to our Vimeo channel. All of our recorded calls are on our Vimeo channel. Also, if you're a current user of Eazy Bot, in your dashboard, there's a notifications bell. There's an icon towards the top of the application. And shortly after this presentation, it'll take a few hours for the recording to render. And so later on today, you'll see a notification for a recording of today's presentation. So it'll actually be available to you right from within your Eazy Bot dashboard. And for those who might have missed the call and are receiving our emails, we'll also send out another email with a link to today's recording. It's a really important discussion, so lots of ways for you to get to the recording. All right, Nuno, we called on you earlier and we weren't able to get you unmuted. Nuno, are you in a position now? to unmute.
Yes, can you hear me?
You're up next. Is
Hello?
that Nuno?
Can you-
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Hey, come on in.
Okay. Hi, Mohamed. I have one question. The normal average profit per month is, from what I understood, is from 7 to 10%, correct?
No,
On average.
Sorry.
no.
So, can you tell me what is the correct value, just to
Okay.
understand?
You're talking about the account that we just saw now, or you're talking about in general?
In general, yeah.
Okay. In general, there's no specific percentage that we can define, because it all depends on the market movements. I don't know how the market is going to behave tomorrow. It might fluctuate less, so you get lesser profit. It might fluctuate more, you get more profit. So as far as the account that we just saw now that has been trading since the 3rd of April until now, one coin made 1,100 plus, another coin made 128. So it all depends on the market movement. Maybe the next month they're going to flip around, and another coin is going to be taking over, making the maximum profit. Another coin comes down. So it all depends on how the market is behaving. So this is why we cannot really decide how much percentage of profit is can the bot generate.
Yeah. So I would say that this is a good point to start with the market down, right?
In progress.
For sure.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know if we lost Mohammed's audio. I'll answer for you. Yes, now is a fantastic time to start Eazy Bot. We think any time is a fantastic time to start Eazy Bot. The example that Mohammed just showed you was in Aave, the coin we looked at is a coin that started 70% higher than it was at some points in Eazy Bot. We're still consistently churning out profits. But certainly now, while the market has been down, we can anticipate that there'll probably be a nice comeback over the next few weeks, few months. Again, there's a lot that's out of our control. The story or the message that we want to leave everybody with, and that we want to communicate clearly and consistently, isn't so much a target percentage of return, but it is a consistent experience of profitability. If we could promise you a particular return, then there's probably something wrong in what's happening. Somebody tells you they can guarantee you 1%, 2%, 0.5% a day or a month, then you really should question what's happening there, because the reality is that there are unpredictable things that are happening in the marketplace. Now, Eazy Bot doesn't care about all the things that we care about. The marketplace is unpredictable in a large part because there are human emotions that are involved. People get scared. There's fear, uncertainty, and doubt that come into play, and people sell in panic and fear. Eazy Bot doesn't care about any of those things that we care about. It's simply following an incredibly well-programmed algorithm that allows it to buy and sell in a very, very intelligent way, regardless of what's happening in the market. So the expectation that I want all of us to have as we're using Eazy Bot as a tool is, let's step back for a second. And I know that, and it's an important question, so I don't want to be dismissive of the question about what's Eazy Bot capable of. That's why we're doing this call, is to show you that. But in terms of the average person, and probably most of you guys on the call with us today, most people don't have a way to make a consistent percentage of return on their money in a passive and safe fashion, whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. Most people have no idea where they can put their money in a vehicle that safely allows them to do that. And that's what we are providing here, is a vehicle that allows our users to get involved in the crypto markets and safely earn a percentage on their money. You got an example of Bitcoin, small percentage in the time period we've looked at. And we've got Aave or XRP that have had a big return. Again, this is the importance of diversity. And then we want to look at it over a period of time, average it out over time. And the answer that I'll give to you is that Eazy Bot is designed to consistently return between 5 and 20%. Now, some months are going to be better than others. As you've seen in a real life example, Bitcoin didn't have a great last 6 weeks or so, but there's no telling what happens next 6 weeks. XRP had a fantastic 6 weeks. And again, that can flip flop. So diversity is really important. Time is really, really important. Warren Buffett says something for every investor that we should heed to, and that is, it's not timing the market, but time in the market. And what Eazy Bot gives us is a tool that allows us to stay in the market not have to be married to screens and so forth, but allows us to stay in the market 24/7. And so we gain the benefit of being in the market over an extended period of time. If we're happy with that and with the ability to earn consistently over time, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the percentage almost doesn't even matter, because there are very few vehicles that are legitimate that allow you an opportunity to passively compound your earnings, and to do it in a place like the crypto markets is incredibly exciting.
Yeah,
All right, great questions. We got a lot of hands up. So Nuno, I'm going to move on if you don't mind, because we've got a lot more questions.
All right.
Let me get to Scotty. Thank you so much for your question. Scotty Russell, you're up next.
Oh, hello guys. Thank you so much for all your time. And I'm really loving Eazy Bot, but I'm curious if you've seen an issue that I'm having. I've been in Dogecoin for several weeks, and when I first started, the average price dropped. And then for several weeks, it has not dropped at all, even though it's made a large amount of trades, but the average price is not dropping. And on my other coin, it's working like it's supposed to, but for some reason, this has been stuck at the same average price for over 3 weeks, even though it's been making multiple trades.
Got it. So Scotty, I'm gonna take that for you here. So we're not in a position to do technical support on this call, but your question matters to us. And so for those of you who are guests on the call, the good news about Scotty's question, and if you have questions like this, is we have a couple different ways where you can get help. So while we might not be able to dive into your specific situation or scenario on this call, there are mechanisms for you to be able to get help. We do a support call where there's live support. We have 2 individuals that run our support department that are absolutely incredible, Peter and Breezy, that are both on the call co-hosting with us today. So you have a place where you can go that you can jump onto a live support environment. And we also have an amazing support ticketing system and an amazing knowledge base. So we've got a knowledge base with lots of commonly asked questions and helpful guides. And then we have a support ticketing system. So if you go to support.eazybot.com, Scotty, what I would like you to do is submit that in a support ticket. It'll give us an opportunity to take a look at it. And if there's an issue, we'll certainly address the issue. And if it's just a matter of having a conversation to help you understand what's happening, we'll be happy to do that as well. All right. Thank you for your question, Scotty. Winston Jones, you're up next. Come on in. Winston, can you unmute? While Winston looks for the unmute button.
Yes, thank you so much, David.
All right. Come on in with your question, yes. Winston. How are you?
I'm well. I'm trying to register with Eazy Bot, and I'm having some difficulties registering because each time I put in my password is being rejected. It meets all the requirements that you stipulate for the password. And my telephone number, they're saying, I've just entered my telephone number alone, and they're saying that there's a digit there that is not supposed to be there. How do I get that fixed? 1. And 2, more importantly, if I register at the VIP level, do I need to add additional money to trade, or will the bot be able to use that $9.95 to trade and start me off?
Two great questions. So let me take the second question first. Important to know where your funds go. So the $9.95 is strictly for upgrading to the VIP package. The VIP package gives you the ability to trade all available coins in Eazy Bot. It also gives you access to one-on-one support. Now, the funds that you want to trade always will remain in your crypto exchange. So whether you're using Binance or KuCoin, the funds that Eazy Bot's trading for you always need to be in that crypto exchange. So there are 2 different wallets or addresses that we're dealing with. Eazy Bot gets the funds for your upgrade and the software service fees. Both of those go into the Eazy Bot wallet, everything else in your exchange wallet. Now, getting you signed up for Eazy Bot is super important to us. So I'm going to actually do something, and Breezy, I'm going to ask you to help me out here. So I'm going to open up a breakout room while we're on the call today. And if you would jump into that breakout room, and I'm going to ask Breezy to jump in there with you and see if we can help you there. All right. Breezy, can you do that for us?
Absolutely.
Winston, you should see a pop-up on your screen. Just hit that join button. Jump into that room, and Breezy, who you'll be in fantastic hands with, she'll take a look at the challenge you're having, get you squared away. All right, Winston's in there. Okay, next up, Mohammed Kabir. Mohammed, come on in with your question or comment.
Okay, my quick question is, Mohammed mentioned that when the selling the cover happens, the average goes down like 0.5% or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that's the right number. I just like to know how that happens. And also he mentioned that at some point, we'll upgrade the software where it will do 0.9%, I think, or about 1%. The average will go down. I mean, I just want to know how it happens. I mean, do we have to do something from our end, or does the software buy something to get that average down? So
Good question. I'll go ahead and take that, because the simple answer and an important answer for everybody here is that everything that you saw today is essentially Mohammed peeling back the layer of Eazy Bot so that you can see the inner workings of Eazy Bot. None of what we showed you today is necessary for you to know or for you to manipulate in order to get the same results. Everything that you've seen in terms of the way the Eazy Bot functions has happened automatically in the background without any interaction from the user at all. So to your question, that average price is automatically being brought down. You're simply seeing it as a display. Eazy Bot's doing all the work in the background. No need for you to understand or manipulate anything in the trade.
One more suggestion, I would say, and like for Dogecoin and some of the coins, I know that is like 0.08 or something. Is it possible to show it in the dashboard like 4 or 5 digits after the decimal? Because if it shows as 0.08, it's very difficult to see whether the market is up and down, because Dogecoin might be 0.0842 or 43, something like that.
Yes, it's in the works. We do have some some user interface upgrades coming. So yes, thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, that would be
you should
great.
see that. Yeah, you should see some upgrades coming to our user interface here in the short future.
Awesome, thank you. Appreciate all your support and help.
Sure thing. Thank you for being here. All right, next up is Shava. Shava, come on in. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question. When you are in the bot and it's displaying the profit for a particular coin, why is there a difference between the total profit and the profit at the bottom line where it says Eazy Bot? For example, I have a coin that says the total profit is 62.76, and this is in a $600 coin, and but the Eazy Bot is saying it is 654.6. Why is there a difference between those two profits? Thanks.
No, Mohammed, do you understand the question? You want to come in and take that?
I think yes. Just correct me if I'm wrong. You're seeing the total on the top, right? Total profit and loss is showing 40 something or 60 something. And then when you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, right, you're saying a different number, a lower number. Is that correct? Can you allow him to speak, or just unmute yourself?
Okay.
Okay, so just correct me if I'm wrong, if my understanding is correct or wrong. The total profit you're talking about, the one on the top right on the screen, when you go inside the bot, on the top right says total profit and loss, this much, about 40 something. And then the other smaller number is down, right? When you scroll to the bottom of the trade, and then you see $6 or something like this. Is that correct?
No, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
When you are actually on the dashboard with the different coins, if you look at any of the coins, it says total profit, say of $10.
Okay.
Right, but when the number below that says Eazy Bot, it's showing a profit that's a little bit less than the total profit.
I don't know where you're looking at exactly, but can you share your screen and just show us the place Sorry, David, I'm just going a little bit technical here, but just let's look at it.
Okay. I need to open my account.
All right. How about we do this? Shava, keep going. Go ahead and open that up. I want to take Remus's question while we do that, so we can keep it moving, and we'll come back and take a look at your account here in just a moment.
Okay, thank you.
Remus, can you? Yeah, absolutely. Stay close. Remus, can you unmute? Come on in with your question. Remus, I see you unmuted on the Zoom, but we still don't hear you. Hey, Remus, you're breaking up a little bit. Keep going. Let's see if we can hear you. Yeah, Remus, your audio is pretty bad. Hey, Remus, you got to go to another location or try to dial in on a phone, because we can barely hear you.
Hello?
Hey, there you go. You're a little more clear. Go ahead and try your question.
Hello?
Hey, Remus, come on with your question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead with your question.
Hello?
Hey, you know what? Remus, we're gonna.
I got two. I just want to say thank you so much.
Yep.
I got two questions. Is the bot trading? Can the bot trade USDC coins?
Your question is does the bot trade USDC? If that's your question, the answer is no. At the present moment, Eazy Bot only trades USDT, and we are rolling out the ability to trade against BUSD, Binance's stablecoin as well, but no USDC at the moment.
And then, is in the future like a trade with altcoins, like trade with Bitcoin?
Yeah, there's definitely it's on our roadmap for the future to be able to trade against Bitcoin, Ethereum, some other, to be able to trade various altcoins against each other. Not something that you could do today, and so definitely something that we look forward to rolling out in the future.
And I just wanted to say that thank you so much for Mohammed, because he's such a genius.
Yes, he is.
A genius engineer. Because myself is an engineer, but not as genius as Mohammed.
Thank you, Remus. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Remus. And Shava, I see that you've got your screen up.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You see here TRX. It shows total profits of 62.76. But you see down here where it says Eazy Bot, it says 654.6.
Okay, let me explain. The total profit is basically the profit that was made so far in this coin. Where it says Eazy Bot is this number is the capital that you're trading here. It's basically your capital plus the profit that you have made, the compounded profit with the capital. So the total amount traded right now is 654.6, and it made a profit of 62.76 USDT.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, easy one. Okay, next up we have Anthony Kelzer. Anthony, come on in with your question.
Okay, I just unmuted. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for having me on today. Good afternoon to everyone. And Mohammed, I'd like to say salam alaikum to you. And I know that I'm a little late, but Eid Mubarak to you and your family.
No problem.
My question that I have is, well, you have done a very good job explaining how Eazy Bot operates as the market is trending down. which is a hot topic right now. Everyone has concern over that because the market's come down substantially. What I was going to ask you if you could do, and this may have been answered earlier, I got into the call a little bit late. Could you give a little bit of an example of how Eazy Bot is going to be operating in a market that's trending up? So when we have a market that's moving up 2%, 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, how does Eazy Bot operate with those trades in a market that's trending up? Is it going to be at the same levels? Will the size of the trades, the amount of the trades increase to capture more profit? Does that make sense? Is that a good question?
Yeah, it is a good question. It wasn't asked today, so you're good to go. So
okay.
The answer to that is that if the market is only going up and not really fluctuating sideways or going down, what's going to happen is that the bot is going to always just buy the initial trade, sell it, and then again buy the initial trade, sell it, buy the initial trade, sell it, buy the initial trade, and sell it all the time. Okay. If it drops down a little bit, like 1 or 2%, it takes another cover, and then the market again goes up. That's a bull market. A bull market is basically market goes down a little bit and then go higher, go up more than it went down, and then go down a little bit, take a couple of covers, and then go higher and sell all the covers. So the way you'll see it in your back office is that the cycles will be shorter, smaller. Right now, we have seen a cycle of AAV, for example, it's very long. It's a couple of hundreds of trades. Yes. But the way you will see it in a bull market is that just 1 or 2 trades, like initial trade, cover 1, cover 2, and then sell. Initial trade, cover 1, sell. Initial trade, sell. Just as short as this. And that definitely will make more profit than when the market is going down. Because remember, when the market is down, we're using 50% of the profit only as realized profit. But the other 50% is used to bring down the average price to close the whole trade. So when the market is going up, we're not going to use 50% only. 100% of the profit is realized as a profit because there's a hanging trade on the top waiting to be pulled down.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. I understand that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem. No problem. Thanks you.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. Rodney Hamilton, you're up next. See if you can unmute.
I'm sorry, I didn't have a question.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on to, is it Nizar or Nizar? Go ahead and say your name. Unmute for me, please, and introduce yourself. Tell us how to say your name. All right, Nizar. And after you is Savannah. Hey, Savannah, if you're able to unmute, I'm going to ask you to come on in with your question.
Thanks, David.
Hey,
thanks
there.
for this
Good
amazing call. Good to see you too. I'm a little under.
Oh, sorry, Savannah. I did that. You have to unmute yourself again, please.
No worries. No worries. So, I have a lot of people that are interested in the bot, and I have 27 people that are registered, about 10 people that are doing the free account, and about 3 people with the advance. And I know a lot more people because of the crash with Luna. You know, this has nothing to do with the bot, right? But now people are worried about USDT. And I'm not experienced enough with crypto to really give them an answer. So I'm wondering what you guys, Coach Ken, Mohammed, what would you say to these people with that concern? Because the only thing I'm saying right now is, like, you know, there's a risk to everything, and there's a risk to keeping your money in the bank. And I would rather be, you know, having my money making me money in USDT than having in Canadian dollars where it could be pulled like a rug there too. So, and again, you know, and I don't want to put any like fear out there, right? Like, but this is a question that's been coming up a lot lately since that stable coin crashed.
Yeah, it's a good question, and we certainly appreciate where it's coming from. So thank you for bringing it up, Savannah. And it's kind of a difficult question to answer because, you know, there's there's a lot of opinions about USDT. USDT, for those of you who might be new to crypto, is a stable coin. It's supposed to mirror or match the price of the US dollar at all times. And the way Eazy Bot trades is that we're buying the crypto. So in the case, we've talked a lot today about Aave, XRP, for example. So Eazy Bot's going to it's going to hold your funds in USDT. So that keeps your account stable. It keeps it from fluctuating up and down. And then it continues to buy little pieces, little chunks of crypto. So we're buying the 3.39 to open the trade. And then when we sell it, we're selling it and taking USDT in exchange. And so we're always getting that stable coin. So the stable coin is a really important part of the strategy because it keeps the account from fluctuating. Now, USDT or also known as Tether, is the largest stable coin, I believe, in all of cryptocurrency. There are more coins available to trade against USDT than any other stable coin. So from the standpoint of availability, USDT provides a lot of convenience and a lot of access. But there are some questions about whether USDT is really all that it's cracked up to be and whether it really has the backing that has been claimed. And there's some legal cases that are going on and so forth. So there's a lot of opinions about it and even some concern. I will say this just from an observation of what's happened with Luna. Again, the story with Luna, for those of you who may not be aware, is Luna crashed. It lost 99% of its value almost instantaneously. And it was connected directly to its own stable coin. And essentially, it brought a lot of concern to the crypto markets about stablecoins in general. And in fact, US government officials started talking about regulating stablecoins as a result. However, what we saw shortly after the UST and Luna crash was that we saw the USDT take the largest dip that it's ever taken. I think it dropped all the way to 95 cents. So essentially, the market tested it and it was able to bounce back and hold its dollar peg. And so that gives a little bit of confidence, or maybe a lot of confidence, because in the most volatile and uncertain of conditions, that stable coin was able to hold its own. Now, what we've also done is choosing to be proactive. And so because we know that there are these kinds of questions that come up, we immediately started testing another stablecoin option. I just mentioned that a moment ago, BUSD, which is Binance's stablecoin. It is a stablecoin also. It's also pegged to the US dollar. It's undergone audits. And so there's a lot of confidence behind the Binance stablecoin. And so we'll roll that out into bots. We've tested it and it's essentially ready to go. So that's an option for users who would prefer not to use USDT. We'll make that available for our users here in the next couple of weeks. That's a solution we have on Binance. We haven't really explored a solution on KuCoin as yet for an alternative, but that's our proactive approach is programming additional stable coins as options for our users. All right, hope that helps, Savannah. All right, I'm going to come back to Nizar. If you're able to unmute, you can come on in with your question. And if not, Michael, I'm going to skip you. I'm going to come back to you and go to Ronnie next. Ronnie, if you're in a position where you can unmute, I'm going to ask you to come on in.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I had a question about the transaction fees that you incur on each one of these trades that comes out of the, say if you're with KuCoin or whatever. Is that figured into your profit, or is that something you need to run a spreadsheet on, keep track of your transaction fees for each one of these trades and then subtract that from your profit?
Great question. Mohammed, I'm going to kick that one off to you, sir.
Yeah, sure. Okay, about the transaction fees that happens on the exchange, actually that one we don't have control on. Let's talk about KuCoin, for example, that we launched recently. In KuCoin, you have two options: to pay the transaction fees from the trade itself, or to pay it using the native coin of that exchange, which is KCS, called KCS. So you have a way in your back office to, I think there's a video to show that, or to enable the taking trading fees from that coin. Because when you use that coin, it's going to be 20% discounted. Normally, the charge is 0.1%, but if you use KCS, it is 0.08%. And that's definitely not something that's been taken out of the trade. So you might need to do your own calculation on that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mohammed. All right. We're going to wrap up our call. I see some hands still coming up, guys. Keep in mind, we've been on the call almost 2 hours. It is now almost 10 p.m. where Mohammed is. So want to honor the time that he's given to us today. So thank you again, Mohammed. We appreciate you.
Checked in there right at the last minute.
Yeah. So we've got Michael, Simon Driver, Roy, and Genia. We're going to wrap up with those our last four. And then Bren Blaze, who is an amazing part of our community, a community leader, one of our leaders in sharing Eazy Bot with members around the world. He's going to come on in and wrap up the call. So the next voices you'll hear will be Simon. We're going to do Simon, Roy, Genia, Michael, and then Bren to wrap it up. So Simon, if you can unmute, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Sure. Thank you. Hey, David, Mohammed, and everyone, thank you so much for this presentation and for the opportunity to also come on and get a question answered. What I wanted to ask is, how many employees does the company have, Eazy Bot? And that's number one. The other question is, are there plans to take the company public in the future?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that. So in terms of employee count, we don't have a lot of full-time employees. I work full-time for the company. I'm the chief operating officer along with Mohammed. We have Breezy and Peter who run our support department, Coach Ken, who is our global sales director. That's really our core executive team. We have Vineet Chabra, who is our chief marketing officer as well. So that's really our core executive team. And we've got a number of amazing volunteers who are very, very active in the field. The beautiful part about our rewards, our affiliate program, which we haven't even talked about here today, is that it creates a culture and an environment of leaders that serve the community. And so we've got a lot of those on the call today. You'll hear from two of them coming up very shortly. And in terms of the company going public, Eazy Bot is a Dubai registered company. And so really the opportunities are probably limitless for where we're going. We've never had a conversation about taking the company public, however. All right, great questions. Thank you for those. And Roy, you're up next. Come on in, unmute yourself, sir.
So I wanted to find out, someone said to me the other day that the Eazy Bot is linked to a Royal Q. Is that not true? Okay, so that's
not true
false.
At all.
Okay,
yeah, not
good.
true at all.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
All right, easy, probably the easiest question of the day. Not true at all. All right, thanks for that question. And Genia, you're up next. Come on in.
Good morning, good afternoon,
good morning.
And good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing with us and being so transparent. We appreciate that. Okay, so inquiring minds want to know, asking for a friend for Mr. Mohammed. Okay, I'm just curious. I would love to know what is Mr. Mohammed's decision-making process on choosing which coins to trade per exchange. And I'm in New York, so you know New York is special, so I'm a bit limited. So I'm on KuCoin though. So we're rocking and rolling. It's on like a Donkey Kong.
Good.
But yeah, so I would like to know from Mr. Mohammed if you would please share that with me. And again, thank you to everybody, Coach Ken, you, David, Breezy, my girl. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Indeed. That's such a great question because it isn't arbitrary. Once you get to know Mohammed, you work with him, you know that he makes very few decisions arbitrarily. So he's been very thorough in examining the coins that are currently in Eazy Bot, coming into Eazy Bot. Mohammed, you want to talk a little bit about your thought process?
Yeah, sure. Well, just to let you know, I'm not the only decision maker here. We take the decision as a team at the end. I mean, we as executive team, and how do we take decision in general, not only about the coins, is whatever point of fraction that comes in and we had to take a decision, we relate the things back to our core values. We get to our core values and we look at if the options that we have, which one relates to the core values more, and then we take that decision, even if it's, let's say, against the interest of some of the people. So we have that because we are the ones who chose that core values and the mission and vision of the company. So that's how we take decisions in general. About the coins, what we're looking for when we choose new coins, right now, actually, we're in that process to try to add in like 3 or 4 coins. And the process is, first of all, we get some experts, external experts, and we give them the criteria to do the research. And then we get a list, and then we filter the list internally. And the criteria is, number one, what's the project behind the coin? Is it having a solid project at the background? What's the maximum drawdown of the coin? How much was the maximum? How much was the minimum in the last 1 year? The third thing is how long this coin have been traded, for how long? Because that 3 questions allow us to know. There's no guarantee. There's no assurance 100% that this coin is going to stay forever. But at least when we do this kind of process to choose the coins, we are at least eliminating many risks out there and trying to get good coins that are going to be fluctuating, maybe not more than 70% up and down, and backed up with a real project or a good project that people likes. And the volume also. The volume of trading is very important factor, is how much is being traded on a daily basis. We look at the big volume. If a coin that has a small volume, then if one person have big quantity sells that, it's going to drop dramatically. So we don't want this coin. We're looking for coins that has big trading volume. So we look at the coins, and then we see the best 5 or the best 10, and then we choose from them, which is maybe the best 2 or the best 3. And we're at that process right now. We're trying to add a couple of more coins, maybe 3 to 5. We are in this process of filtering. We have a couple of coins in the list, and soon we're going to add more coins. I hope this helps you to understand, Jim.
All right, awesome, Gene. Thank you. Great question. All right, guys, we've been together now for 2 hours. What an amazing call. I just want to personally say thank you to Mohammed. Thank you for establishing such an amazing culture in our company where you're so transparent, willing to share so much of your time, your energy, your insights. And what's beautiful about Eazy Bot, we spent the last 2 hours talking about the software. I've mentioned a number of times throughout the call, the community. And I'm going to close up today's call with 2 amazing community leaders, Michael, and then the last voice that you'll hear will be Bren, who will wrap us up for today. But these are individuals who are leading and inviting and helping develop leaders within our community. Other folks who are sharing the story of Eazy Bot. Again, we have an amazing affiliate program. We talk about it every Saturday. We do a special call for those who are taking advantage of our affiliate rewards program. That happens Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you're interested in joining us as an affiliate, taking advantage of accelerating your earnings, we believe that we have the most amazing affiliate offer ever. And so I encourage you to join us on that call tomorrow. Michael's an amazing leader in that program. And so, Michael, you're up next. And then, Bren, just come on in behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to be with you. And we look forward. We do this call every 2 weeks with our CEO, Mohammed. So we look forward to seeing you on our future calls. Michael, come on in.
Perfect. Thank you, David, and appreciate all of you guys, especially Mohammed. You know, how many companies, everybody, that the CEO gets on and discloses the strategy just openly. It's just amazing, you know, but what I want to start out with is realize this is an update call. So as leaders, I'm going to ask each and every one of you, you know, all these questions are fantastic, but most of these questions are being covered on a pretty much a daily basis by Peter and Breezy in our support calls. So please make sure people, you're plugging in. If you don't know how to get the information as to when these calls take place, as David just mentioned, we have the business builder for those of you that want to share the opportunity and really build a team because you know where you're positioned with Eazy Bot. That's on Saturday, but make sure that you're plugging into whoever invited you to this platform because a lot of these questions are answered on a daily basis. It's, again, we're very transparent, but we want to be very, very respectful of David and Mohammed's time because, again, they're making sure and working on the opportunity and making it better and better and better for all of us. And, you know, in a time right now, recognize that there's so many shakeups happening in this industry. Different companies are getting shut down. Owners are running off with their individuals' monies. Bots are crashing, and you have people coming into our Zoom posting a link. Think about that for a second. What type of a person would you want to follow that's going to come into a different company's Zoom call and post their link trying to capture some of your contacts? David, Coach, Mohammed, Peter, Breezy, all these folks have been nothing but transparent over and over and over, and they're continuously wearing it on their sleeves. When there's a hiccup, they're exposing it and acknowledging it and fixing it. Realize most owners do not jump out there and say, hey, we had an issue with this. David has done nothing but stand up each and every time through this pre-launch and say, hey, we've identified this. We've got a solution a day or two or a week later, and that's just different. So I just encourage everybody, to realize where you sit, understand the timing of where you're at. Imagine a bot that's making profits. We're not promising you 2 and 3% a day, but we're guaranteeing the bot never closes in a losing trade. That is amazing to me, not being a crypto expert, watching my friends lose tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last year in the crypto industry as I've been becoming exposed to it. To have a safe haven where you control your money stays in your wallet. You're not sending it off. David's not saying, here's my wallet address, we'll trade it for you. Mohammed's not saying, send your funds to me. It stays in your wallet. It's a safe haven that allows us to utilize the software of Eazy Bot, and we all get to win, not just on the software side, but we also get to, as David mentioned, capitalize on this amazing affiliate program. So I just encourage each and every one of you, make sure you're paying attention. And the gentleman that's going to close us out, Mr. Bren Blaze, is just a phenomenal person. Huge documented success. So many people in this industry talk about being leaders. They tell you how great they are, and then they jump to another opportunity. Bren is someone that he locks arms with the leadership, with the executives, and truly cares about creating and having a major influence on the community, on the culture, so that he knows when he puts his brand behind something like he's doing with Eazy Bot, he knows it's going to be long term. He's not going to have to go look for another opportunity in 6 months because he's taking his expertise and he's allowing all of us to win using his knowledge. So with that, Bren, I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and kick this over to you to wrap us up.
Thanks a lot, Michael. I see the two most follically challenged people until the end of the call, but it's what a refreshing call that was. So I'll ask you a question. When is the last time you were on a 2-hour call in the cryptocurrency space and there wasn't a single mention of a compensation plan or a rewards plan, with the CEO being fully transparent, pulling back the curtain, revealing to you the inner workings of the product? Extremely refreshing, extremely powerful. Now, everything that you just learned, some of you on this call, it's your first exposure to Eazy Bot. It's your first time seeing it. And you may have felt like you were drinking from a fire hose. So relax, take a deep breath. Everything that you've just learned, whatever side of the spectrum you may fall on, whether it's a complete novice, a complete beginner, or you're a seasoned veteran that's battle hardened in the markets with serious discipline and you're a pro trader, or anywhere in between on that spectrum, you're in the right place, because Eazy Bot is a couple of clicks, you get this bot going. Me and my business partner put this bot running on the 3rd of April, and we have not touched it since. But if you are to dive deep, to build your confidence and belief in this product, who better to learn from than the mind behind the software itself, that is constantly on a mission to constantly innovate, improve, and enhance this strategy so that we can all profit for years to come. And just like Michael said, isn't it amazing that you'll always have one Ponzipreneur in the group that posts their link into the chat trying to get you into their fast cash crypto casino. But we are here for the long term. This project, you stay in control of your funds. Look at Matt Moore, you were on this call, you asked a question, and I think a light bulb moment needs to go off for people. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but maybe you came from perhaps Forex trading, you've used algorithmic trading softwares, expert advisors, you've used leverage, you're used to drawdown, and you get a margin call and blow your trading account. All that we're doing here is strategically purchasing cryptocurrency. If you go into your crypto exchange, you'll see you've less USDT or less of whatever stable coin you're using as more come online, and you've purchased Aave, or you've purchased Solana or Uniswap. That's all we're doing here. Now, you may experience a decline in the current market value of a particular cryptocurrency, but with Eazy Bot, it does not matter if the market ever goes back up. This bot is mathematically calculated. This bot is not analyzing the price charts and trying to speculate on whether it's going to go up or down. It just is able to cover the market no matter what the market decides to do. If it goes down and the value of that crypto declines, it's able to pull its way out while making you profits all along the way. 50% of it, as Mohammed clearly explained, the other 50% is going to pull down that price. So either way, it doesn't matter. You can't blow an account. Even the word trading can be misleading. We're just buying and selling cryptocurrency back into a stable coin. So it's extremely powerful. Worst case scenario, you're left holding the top 30 coins in the world right now in terms of market capitalization, which is what most beginners do in the cryptocurrency space anyway, whereas we're making money along the way. And we're just getting warmed up here, guys. You can see the transparency, the visibility of this project, incredible servant leadership, transparent ownership. So if you're watching this right now, it's your first time to see Eazy Bot, make sure that you get back to whoever shared this with you. Get plugged in, get started. If you're currently trading a couple of coins, you should have seen enough right now as a free member. You should have the confidence and the belief to upgrade, to advance, to VIP, to diversify, because that's the key. Some of you saw Tron right inside that 80K account. Well, Tron gives you a glimpse at the future. Tron is what it's going to look like when the crypto bull run comes back. That did 11 to 12%, because if you look at the price action of that coin over the last 6 weeks, the price action was behaving similar to what you would see in a crypto bull run. So right now, to be profiting, we have tested many crypto bots. Everyone's a genius in a bull market, but when the market is going down, that's what really separates the wheat from the chaff. That's where you get to see the solid strategies. And this bot is positioned to profit in either direction. So to be still making 3, 5, 7% on coins right now in this bloodbath crypto winter, it's extremely powerful. So get positioned, get locked in, upgrade your membership, get back to the person who shared this with you, and put your money going in something solid that you have control of, that's here for the long term and that's sustainable. Pleasure to meet you all. Can't wait to see you on the next call. If you're a leader and a builder and someone with influence, make sure that you join us on tomorrow's Business Builder call. Get plugged in, share the vision. We have a very lucrative rewards plan, a peer-to-peer model that can allow you to share this with others. It's completely optional, but when you find something that works, it's your ethical and moral obligation to help as many people as you can, and that's what we have here. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and be sure to share this recording with anybody that missed this call. Thank you, David and Mohammed. Always a pleasure. Talk to everyone soon.
Thanks.